Okay, we got another Stranger Things. So this is time. This stays of season two. I'll probably do the season three tomorrow as well. But season four, I'll probably do the season four one. I'll probably do that close to season five comes out. So that'll be a while. So this is the season two one. I like the. I got a little. I forgot to link some stuff in the description yesterday. Apologize about that. I'll do that. I'll do the later one. Season two to character tier list. I have to zoom in just a little bit, like 125, so you guys see much better. Apologize for the thumbnail being blurry. I'll do that a bit better this time. So we got good, great, good, okay, fine, didn't care for, and it could be cut out. I'm sure you guys know who's gonna be in here. I'm sure you guys know, but if you guys have seen season two, I'm sure you guys know. So anyway, start off with 11. So let's start off with the great category. 11, of course, great character. One of the main characters, of course. Let's see. Lucas, great. Max, great. Mike, great. Even though people like don't I still never saw the hate for Mike, honestly. Like yeah, like he can be a little shit. Like I said, all the others can be little shitheads too. Joyce, great character. Hopper, great. Jonathan, really. See, I say Jonathan was still good in season two. I say he's good. Won't put him in great yet. Will, great character as well. And then Steve, obviously, a huge shout out. Nancy, great. Let's do put Jonathan here in great. So all these guys, they really did much better. And Max is one of the new characters of season two. 11, yeah, she can 11 can kind of be a little shit since this season she's focused on like her and Mike almost focused on seeing each other, so they can be little shitheads. But yeah, of course, but um they all come around, and Mike, because of that, he doesn't want Max in the group, but of course he comes down to Max. Joyce, they think everything's all good, but then realize something wrong, something's going on with Will, and then they realize something's going on with Will. They don't know what the hell's going on. Turns out the Mind Flyer, who's like one of the main villains of the series, has possessed Will, so they're all trying to like find a ways to get it out of him. But they realize that they're basically giving him what the Mind Flayer wants at first. Then later on, they realize to do the opposite and just like give him heat, get him out of there. And then 11, she's trying to like 11 tries to find more of like her past self. Basically, her and Hopper get into like a fight. Then basically get into a fight because 11 went out once to see Mike, so they get into a fight after that. And then so basically Hopper goes with Joyce for a while, and then basically trying to get like Will, trying to help out Will, trying to see what's going on with Will. And then 11 finds out like more of her mother, or like what happened to her. She basically finds a way to talk to her, which is pretty cool. And then all these characters do really wait, what's Dustin? There you are. There you are. I was wondering there you are. There we go. I gotta put Dustin on here. So all these characters are really great. Obviously, these are great characters. I'm gonna put Bob in here too. Thought Bob's a great character. I actually enjoyed seeing Bob. See how she does help out. He helps them out a lot. Well, of course, he doesn't understand like what's going on, but he is of course trying to like help out, even though he doesn't know what the hell's going on. So he's just as confused as a lot of other people. Um, I forget his name. He does really great. He does really great too. Yeah, yeah, we'll say him good, but we'll go through this later. So all these characters are really great. All these are based like focus on all these guys are focused on helping out Will and figuring out what the hell's wrong with Will. Because Will at first seems fine. Of course, he is getting bullied by people from school. Called him like zombie boy because he came back to life. But what they think he came back to life, but he kind of did, but also kind of didn't at the same time. But all these characters are really good. They really I do think the cast is really good in here. So for good, we gotta put a doctor in here. Let's see, put who else? Murray is a really good character. Oh, the Mind Flyer. We gotta put the Mind Flyer in great. Really good addition for the Mind Flyer. Really great addition because this is inside of Will. Will, like his the Mind Flayer is inside of Will. And basically, so Will works as a spy. He's basically a spy. Like, he basically can like tell the Demogorgons where people are. He can tell the Demogorgons to like go after people, which is pretty cool. And then they're basically trying to find out where to stop him, but they also find out that what's going on, what the mind, that the mind flayer possessed his brain and is about to kill him. But they find out that he will die if it's not out. And the doctor really does a really good job of helping him out, trying to figure out like what the hell's going on, which is pretty cool. So it's amazing how much these characters went from a good to a great in season two. It's such a big improvement. Steve got an improvement. Steve's basically like helping out like Lucas, Max, and even Dustin, and then later on he helps out Mike. He's basically like trying to keep him in the house all safe, but then they basically don't want to because they want to try to help out, but he keeps trying to tell them not to do that, and like not to go out. But then Billy comes out, which I'll get to in a little bit here. Comes out, tries like and basically like beats the fuck out of Steve, and then so Max steals, and then Max steals Billy's keys, and then they run off and like go to like a little hole in the ground, it's a pumpkin patch, and then they basically burn that shit. And Max was really good character too. She gets fights with Billy a lot. She doesn't really like any of them because she doesn't like Lucas, Mike, Will, and Dustin at first because they were kind of like stalking her a little bit as she's new. But then they all come around, which is pretty cool. This is the okay category. The store clerk, I mean, at the arcade, he's okay. Darn, okay. Obviously, Dart, what Dustin doesn't know is Dustin finds this, and he names it Dart in a trash can, but he doesn't know that it's actually a Demogorgon. It's a baby Demogorgon. But Will finds out this. Will saw that in the Upside Down. He also threw that up in at the end of season 1. He also threw it up at the end of season 1. So he finds that out. So he finds out this is a baby Demogorgon, but Dustin doesn't listen until it kills his cat Muse, and then they basically they basically try to trick the Demogorgons. So a lot of these characters do really good. Obviously, Dustin, the kids can be little shitheads, of course. I think that's a lot of play with Max with Mike, but all the kids can be little shitheads at some point. So, who else goes okay? The mother. Say the mother. She does a bit better. She's trying to like help. She's still trying to help out. Like, the aunt, and then of course Eleven's mother, who Eleven goes in her bag, who she always tries to talk to, but she like can't talk because mother is kind of like and like she keeps like repeating the same stuff, but then she's basically like turns the TV to static, and then 11 does talk to her, learns about her past and what happened with her, but then the aunt she basically calls help, not knowing it's people from the lab for 11. 11 runs away. So these are still okay. These are still okay characters though. Dart's big improvement too. It's in a fine category. Barbara's parents, they were fine. There was a little bit of an episode that was for them. They were fine. Erica, she's fine for now. Actually, she does become a huge part of the story in season 3 though, which is really cool. Parents, Ted, Karen, Ted, Lucas's parents, Billy's and Max, well, dad, I guess his stepmom, I think, something like that. And then Billy, I'll put Billy in Dana Care for. Billy, because he was essentially the douchebag. I will say, he does get a huge improvement in season 3, though. They improved him so much more, because in season 2, he was just the douchebag. He basically doesn't want like Max hanging out with like Lucas or any of the kids at all. So he's basically trying to like stop him at every chance he can get, but Max doesn't let him control him like that. So then while Billy is down and beating the shit out of Stephen in season 2 of episode 9, Max basically just shoots it with one that's like I think it's in one of the needles they give Will to put him to sleep. So she shoots that in with him, and then basically tells him to like leave her and her friends alone, and then she just steals her his keys. And then I'm sure you guys know what's next for could have been cut. These characters, like, so there's an so okay. I guess the argument could be made. Oh, so this is supposed to be number 8. This is supposed to be number 8 here. Not like 11, which has telekinesis. She basically can. She has a mind powers where she can make stuff appear, but she can make stuff appear that's not there. But she doesn't come back. It's a little. She has like a bit of a scene, like at the opening scene of season 2, and then an entire episode dedicated to season in episode 7 of season 2. However, you could have just cut it out. Like I'm being dead fucking serious. I'm sure like a lot of you guys know. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you could have just been cut her out of season 2. All these characters out, of course. You could have cut them out. They're basically like outlaws. Basically try to like they think they're doing good by killing bad people, killing criminals. But then you just could have just got this episode isn't bad because like she does kind of help 11 control her powers a bit more, but I don't think she shows back up in season 4 with the Rainbow Room. I could be wrong. I'll have to check it out, but check back out when I watch I'm almost done with the season 3, so and I'll watch when I get to season 4, but I don't think she's even in season 4. I'm pretty sure there is an 8, but I don't think it's the same character. I don't think it's the same person. Like so, you could just cut season 2, episode 7 out, and you probably wouldn't have missed anything. Let's be honest. You wouldn't miss a thing, honestly. But yeah. So yeah. So I'm going a bit of a fucking tangent there. I apologize, but I'm sure a lot of you guys can agree that this episode just could have been cut out. Like I don't. Like, it's not a bad episode, but it's just you just could have it could have just been cut out. You wouldn't miss anything. So anyway, this is the entire Teal season 2. I'll probably likely record season 3 later on tonight once I'm done with season 3. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. I will put season 1, yesterday's video down below in the description as well. Put season 1 in the description down below, and for yesterday's video, I'll put the other TLS made in the description for yesterday's video. So do that later on. So anyway, that's about it, and I will see you guys later.